Meet the Pavo 20 Pro 2. And oh man, I'm excited for this video. Now, as you know, I mostly do cyber stuff, and I really have been getting into drones. We're going to talk about analog versus digital like this, and there's so many things I want to talk about, my setup, and I'm excited to talk about it. This is my main little guy, and this is the Pavo 20 Pro 2. It has a DJI O4 air system inside of it, and I will say that does not make it a DJI drone, because this is an FPV, so first-person view drone. And we'll talk a lot about what that means, what a setup would look like, how much something like this is going to cost you. Because you don't just have to buy the drone, you have to buy a controller, goggles. But then we're going to take it outside into the beautiful Colorado mountains, get some amazing shots. So I'm very excited for this video, as you can tell. Now, this is a digital drone, which means it's not going to be analog, like, for example, this drone. Now, analog would be, when you think of analog, you think about, like, your grandma's old TV, which used analog, okay? And I'm not trashing on analog. I actually have analog goggles, and I've been flying more analog. But this guy is a mix in between, okay? And it's a mix of cinematic and freestyle. And when you go into FPV, you have to choose, well, do I want to drive crazy and fast and start doing courses and stuff? That's what a freestyle drone like this would be for. Or do you want to be cinematic and travel places and go down slowly and beautiful? And I like this guy because it has a DJI O4 air system on the inside. So you could get beautiful footage with this tiny drone while still moving, almost like a freestyle drone. And I want to talk more about it, the batteries it uses, the prices, everything that comes with it, and then the problems I have with it. Because I have had a few, sadly, and I'm pretty excited to talk about this, though. And this is my first FPV video. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's get up close and talk about this. So, this is a cinewhoop, some would call it, because it's obviously cinematic. But let's talk about some of the things I have here. Now, I have these custom cherry antennas on the back, which we'll talk about in a sec, and why I added these. A little rhino horn up front, which has proved to be useful. And here is actually the DJI O4 Air System Pro. And what this does is it's going to obviously record the system. We can actually film from this itself, save it to the SD card, and then we have USB-C, so we can just plug in and get the footage off of it. Down below here, we have our actual flight board. It's in this little triangle. And this is going to obviously do all the power lifting. We have our propellers and our little motors on each side of the drone, which are just connected to that flight board. And these are obviously going to keep us in the air. We also have LED strips going around the whole drone, which we'll see out there. And it does give it a super cool touch, and you could just add them on there yourself. It comes with the kit. Now, the thing about the DJI O4 Pro system is it is so expensive. I mean, I've seen it at around $800 some places. Obviously, that's because of the DJI ban and a huge demand for this little guy. So you could get one of these from BETAFPV, and they have amazing drones, like one we'll be going over soon, like the Air 65. If you guys like this video, I'm really into FPV, and it's kind of like the Trinidad. You have cybersecurity, lockpicking, and FPV. And I've even seen this go into other parts of my life, like robotics, PID tuning. But before I get too off track, what else do you need to go into these drones? Now, when I first got into FPV, I was gifted this controller. And this is a Radiomaster TX15. Now, I'm just going to go over a general setup, because this is my first video. But if you guys want to learn more, ask questions, maybe we could do a Q&A video. So, this is a Radiomaster TX15. And what this is going to do is it's going to obviously allow us to control the drone. Thing with FPV, if you put the throttle down, fall out of the sky. So every pinpoint precise movement matters. So this guy has a built-in battery. It's pretty big. It uses the ELRS 2.4, which is what the drone uses to communicate between the drone and the controller with a binding phrase. Now it also connects to the DJI O4 goggles, or not O4, the DJI 2 goggles. And these guys can be pretty pricey, and it is a pretty pricey setup, especially with things breaking, okay? And the drone itself costs around $425, I believe I bought it for, and that is with the antennas and stuff I also had to get, because the antennas that come with this, and let me grab them real quick. Now, this is the antenna that comes with the DJI O4, and I will say, they cost $20 for each antenna, if you could find them on like AliExpress even. And the problem with this is, these antennas are so long that when you crash, it rips out the It rips out the UFL connector, which means $20 down the drain. They're expensive, they're hard to get, and then on top of that, $40 a set. So what I went ahead and did was get these little cherry ones, and it not only helps with not damaging the antennas, but also the UFL connectors on the DJI O4. When I got this, it was damaged. I mean that with the DJI O4, the UFL was basically removed, and that's because I I actually don't really know why, but I've seen a lot of cases where people crash their drones and the UFL just gets completely ripped off. And that is something to think about with the DJI O4 system. So what I've gone ahead and done is applied, well, try to fix the trace and all that. But if you have one of these drones and you're worried about that happening, you could just apply a little bit of solder on top because they are just pressed onto the actual solder. This is not actually soldered on. So you could add a layer of solder and that'll guarantee that not happening to you. But that is a con. And those are really my 2 cons with this. Other than that, it is a pretty fast drone and a pretty stylish one with that. So without further ado, let's take it in the air and get some beautiful shots. Okay, so I got the goggles around my neck and we're currently out here. Super beautiful. Just rode my bike out here. So I cannot wait. Like I said, we have the TX15 Radio Master. And then I actually printed out this case from my Pavo 20 Pro to actually keep it safe. And it's pretty good because you could just use the foam that comes with it. So taking this off. Here's the drone itself. It also has these battery holders on the back. So we get 3 shots today. I'll say about 4 minutes each if we're lucky. Sometimes 5 minutes, but it really depends on how you're flying. So we'll kind of try to keep it chill and cinematic, but also kind of getting some of that fun freestyle stuff in there. Okay, so I let the drone calibrate. So now we should really be ready to get in the air. There is a good amount of wind. Not ideal, but it's what we're working with. And I will say, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. There's a lot of work that goes into videos like this, especially had to come outside, more editing, all that stuff. So if you could like and subscribe, it would be helpful. And let's see, we are recording, so let's take off. So it is a very responsive drone. Obviously, it really just depends on these small movements we're making. I'll just say I may start to voice over because I'm not too good at talking and flying. Good at talking, and I think I'm decent at flying, but put them both together. So we can obviously do our flips and stuff because it is FPV. So let's try flying around a little bit. The wind also is making it a little harder. So obviously a lot different than analog in the sense that it has a much clearer camera all around. It's really pretty out here. I can't wait till it turns into summer, but let's see. So it is very reactive, obviously, like most FPV drones. Little things can obviously change your flight, and it can go fast when needed. Obviously, you just have like that. It kind of screws with the battery. So we've been flying for 1 minute, 33 seconds. Also, like I said, it is harder because of the wind tolerances, but it is a pretty insane little drone, especially for the size. Because most times with drones, you'll have to toss an action camera on top to get actually good footage. And with this one, it actually just records everything on the one you're seeing out of. So I'll put like the screen recording of the drone and then of what the goggles look like. But kind of just cruising right now. So pretty right now with the clouds. Let's see, and let me know, guys, like I said, if you want to see more FPV content in the future, what type, analog, digital, and like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will say, because I've been building a lot of drones, and I actually have a Deep Seeker 35 on the way, which is going to be insane. Also uses DJI O4. But man, the thing's gonna be crazy because it flies like a 5-inch when it's really just the 3.5. And it's kind of hard to find 3.5 drones. This is a 2.5, so it's still staying pretty darn small, while staying pretty powerful. Let's see, we'll toss a new battery on here and then fly a little farther out. So we're heading towards 10.5 right now. So now would be a good time to land. Let's see, watch this, ready? Ooh, caught the drone. Okay, let's toss a new battery in here and go again. Okay, so we are set up again to go out. You can grab the drone, and it's my favorite type of launch. Just give it a little throw. So let's go down this path a little more. You could definitely hear that while it's a new battery. It's so crisp and obviously has a lot more power. So let's fly down this path. We should have pretty good range with the cherry antennas. I will say, I didn't have the best range with the DJI 04 antennas that were included. But then again, this is a huge open space, so it should stay pretty good around the whole time. And if you guys are looking to get into FPV, I have some more videos coming out soon with like the Air 65. That video was supposed to be posted today, but I was having some problems, of course. But another thing about this drone is it's so repairable. I mean, just when you get it in your hands, I mean, I've crashed a lot with it in different scenarios. And it's always great because I always know that I can fix it. And it's been pretty simple so far. Like just get some different propellers on or a new cage for it to sit in. But let's see. And as you can see, I'm flying here and there's a bunch of people around. And people normally really care about drones, but this one's so tiny and pretty darn quiet that I haven't gotten any complaints so far. There's a dog park right there. I'll say, dogs go crazy for these type of drones. See, I normally like to ride the ground. 10.5 volts. So on the side, we can see our signal with the negative 74 or 80. And that's going to tell us how good our signal actually is. We have the signal to the controller and then also the signal to the goggles and the battery on the side that says 10.8. So it fluctuates a lot, but if that goes below 9.6, your battery is basically ruined. Even the wind right now is lifting us a little high off the ground than I want to be. Oh, I got it, okay. There we go, that's the Pavo 20 by BETAFPV. Go ahead, check them out. I'm trying to get sponsored with them, so anything really helps. But that'll be it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and like I said, let me know if you want to see more FPV content in the future. Go ahead and join my Discord, ages 13 to 17. It's like a space for kids to join the cybersecurity community and stay in a great group. But man, I love this thing so much, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know if you love this video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. This is definitely someone's yard. Oh, look, a horse.